Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm here to lead you through a 1 hour basic flow class. You might find a block or something similar helpful in some of our postures today. If you have a pillow or some bolster or something similar like that, that also might be useful for your comfort at certain points during the practice. So for today's class, we're going to be starting off lying down on the back. So as you're ready, go ahead and come down onto your back. And when you arrive, you've got some options. You can have your knees bent and your feet on the floor, especially if you have any lower back issues and you like a little bit of extra support there. If it feels good, you're welcome to extend your legs out long along the floor in front of you. But really what's most important is that you're finding some length in your spine. Arms can be near the sides of your body with palms facing up. And do make sure that your upper back and shoulders are flat to the floor so your chest is nice and open. Make sure your head is in a good spot. Take a nice deep inhale and a full deep exhale. And if you'd like to close your eyes, go ahead and do that. As you start to tune your awareness inside to your breath, starting to take some long, slow, deep inhales and exhales, filling and emptying your lungs completely. With each exhale, begin to let go. Let go of tension, let go of tightness, let go of anything you brought with you today that you'd like to release. Allow it to flow away from your body with every breath that comes out. And then begin to scan through your body, noticing how your body is feeling today. If you have any areas that might need some extra attention, perhaps that's a place of soreness, perhaps a place of injury. Make sure to take note of those spots and to take care of those spots, knowing that you can always modify or skip postures if they are not serving you, your body, and practice today. And then start to settle into a rhythm in your breath. Find one that is slow and steady, controlled, complete. Do your best to maintain this steady rhythm of breathing throughout your practice today. But if you do find yourself losing control of the rhythm or even holding your breath, feel free to back off and take a break. You can go to child's pose. You can have a seat on your mat. You can come here onto your back. Come to the place in your body where you can come back to this breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more big inhale. One more deep exhale. And then feel free to let your eyes begin to open. Start with a full body stretch. So if they're not already, go ahead and extend your legs out long along the floor in front of you. And then extend your arms back behind you. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes, stretch. And on your exhale, bring both knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, and hug your thighs into your body. Maybe connecting your thighs to your abdomen, letting your lower back sink into the floor. If it feels good, begin to rock a little side to side. Massage your lower back into the floor. Notice how your lower back is feeling today. So we're going to work the whole body today, bring attention to all the parts, but we'll pay special attention to the abdominals and the lower back. So they're very much related, the front and the back of the body. And oftentimes the lower back has soreness because maybe the abdominal muscles aren't quite strong enough to give it the support it needs. So we're going to take some time to address that today. Let's start off with this baseline of how your lower back feels. If there's any areas of tension or tenderness, make note of that. If you're rocking, one more time side to side. And then bring yourself back to center. Keep your knees bent and release your feet to the floor. Separate your feet and knees about hips distance apart and place your heels about one of your foot's distance from your sit bones and bring your arms along the sides of your body. Make sure your eyes and chin tip point straight at the ceiling. This is going to keep your neck safe and neutral. We're going to do a little bit of mobilizing for the lower back and the abdomen with some bridge curls. Your upper back and rib cage will stay on the floor for this posture. We'll be moving with breath. So pressing down through the feet and backs of the arms and shoulders. With an inhale, begin to curl your tailbone off the floor, rolling up through the sacrum, through the lower back, just to the bottom rib. So again, this upper back area stays on the ground. Then as you exhale, slowly lengthen down, one vertebra at a time. Allow the tailbone to be the last thing to release to the earth. We'll do this a couple of times, moving with breath. Inhale, curling it up, one vertebra at a time. Notice your abdominals contract to make that happen. And then exhale, placing the vertebra down. Again, noticing how the abdominal muscles slowly engage and lengthen as the tailbone releases to the floor. We'll do a couple more rounds. Inhale to curl it up. Exhale to lengthen back down. Two more times. Inhale, roll it up, shoulders and feet still pressing. Exhale to roll it back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. Bring your right knee to your chest, hold the right shin, squeeze it in. If it's available for your body, extend your left leg out along the floor in front of you, heel grounded. Now we're going to do a little bit of work to contract the abdominal muscles. Be super mindful of your neck in this position. If you do have neck issues, you might just want to hang out right here and just enjoy the stretch. But if it does feel okay, keep the left leg long and extended. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the navel to the spine and slowly curl up. Chin stays off chest. Squeeze the belly, shoulders away from ears. And then slowly bring yourself back down. We're going to do that again with the option to lift the left leg off the floor. Again, be very careful with this. And if it feels like too much, please don't do it. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl it up, and maybe float the left leg up just a little bit. Squeeze the belly. It's a lot more work for the abdominal muscles. Slowly release everything back down to the ground. We'll do that 3 more times. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the belly to lift up. Inhale to lower back down. 2 more. Exhale, squeeze the belly to lift up. Inhale to lower back down. Last one. Exhale, squeeze the belly, let the shoulders release away from the ears, and then bring yourself back down. Good. Just take a moment here with your head on the floor. Maybe turn your head to the right, center, head to the left, center. Good. Bring your left knee into your chest. Hold the shin, hug it in, and then extend your right leg out along the floor in front of you. You could always keep the right knee bent and foot on the floor if you'd like more lower back support. So remember, you've got options here. You could just stay and enjoy the stretch, or make sure the right leg is extended, heel pressing. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl it up. Keep the right foot on the floor for this first round so you can notice how this feels. Squeeze the belly, shoulders away from ears, chin off chest. Inhale to lengthen down. Now you can continue that. You can just hang out and stretch, or we can begin to lift the right leg for a little bit more abdominal challenge. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl it up and floating the right leg just a little off the floor. Squeeze the belly. Inhale, lengthen it back down. Exhale, curl it up and squeeze. Shoulders released from ears. Inhale, lengthen back down. You just have 2 more to go. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, bring it back down. 1 more time. Exhale, belly working. Inhale, bring it back down. Release. Good. Bring your right knee back into your chest. Wrap both arms around both shins. And once again, if it feels good, rock a little side to side. Again, check in with your lower back. Good. Do 1 more posture for the abdomen lying on the back. So keeping your spine nice and long, head on the floor, bring your arms down along the sides of your body and extend your legs up to the sky. The knees can have a little bend in them, totally okay. And with legs up to the sky here in waterfall, begin to really pull your belly in. So making sure your lower back isn't lifted off the floor. Press it down, squeeze the belly firm. Now you could just stay right here, and this is a lot of good work happening. If you'd like a little bit more challenge, make sure the backs of the arms and shoulders stay pressed to the floor, head heavy, belly firm. Inhale, lower the legs down, no lower than 45 degrees. Firm the belly. Notice how it has to work. Exhale, slowly bring your legs up to the sky. Remember, the upper back stays absolutely flat to the floor. Inhale, lower. You can press the backs of the arms into the floor for a little extra stability. Exhale, slowly bring the legs back up to the sky. We've got 3 more. Remember, you could just stay here. Or inhale, lower. Exhale, and lift. Nice job. Again, inhale, lower. Firm the belly. Exhale and lift. We'll just do 1 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Nicely done. Knees back to the chest. Once again, give yourself a hug. Rock it out a little side to side. Now, to get up to a seat, you can either rock and roll along the spine, or you can roll to one side and bring yourself up that way. But if it feels okay, bring your hands behind your thighs. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, and roll yourself up to have a seat. We're coming to hands and knees, tabletop position. So coming onto your hands and your knees, stack the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Make sure that the wrist creases are parallel. Weight is down through the ball mounts of the first 2 fingers and thumb. Super strong arms pressing the floor away. If you have hyperextension in your elbows, a little micro bend around the elbows might be a good idea to give that joint some stability. We'll move through the spine a little bit more, cat-cow. So again, we're going to focus on using the abdominal muscles to control how the lower back is moving. Take a breath in. Exhale, tailbone to the floor. Use your abdomen to lift the lower back up towards the sky. Press the floor away. Relax the crown of your head down towards your thumbs. Inhale, lift the tail. Draw the shoulders back, chest forward, eyes forward. Lengthen the abdominal muscles forward towards your heart to give the lower back support even as it contracts. Good. Exhale, round it out. Pull the belly in. Puff your heart up between your shoulder blades. Back of the neck lengthens. Inhale to lift the tail. Draw the shoulders back. Bring your heart forward, eyes forward. 2 more rounds. Exhale to round it out. Inhale to glide it forward. 1 more round. Exhale, use the abdominal muscles to open up the lower back. Inhale, glide forward, use the abdominal muscles to support the lower back. And then come to child's pose. You can open your knees wide and bring your big toes to touch, or keep your thighs closer in and parallel. Stretch your arms forward and melt your chest, your forehead down. Inhale, lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Shift your hips a little to the left and bring a stretch to the left side of your body. A couple breaths here, opening up through your obliques, the left side of the waist. Create some space between each of the ribs. Good. Walk your hands through center. Inhale, stretch. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Shift your hips a little bit to the right. Relax into the stretch, opening up the right waist and creating space between the right ribs. Breathe. Good. Bring yourself back to center. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, pull the hips back towards the heels, coming back into that long, even spine child's pose. Good. Then with an inhale, come back up to your hands and your knees. Keep your hips above your knees. Walk your hands forward until your arms are at a 45-degree angle. Keep your hips high and start to move your abdomen towards your thighs, your chest towards the floor, coming into puppy for a stretch in the shoulders. Keep your belly firm. So the belly will kind of want to flap down towards the floor a little bit. See if you can give a little bit of internal contraction so the lower back has support as it stretches. Good. Then lift your chest up a little and bring your elbows down to the floor. So you're down on your forearms. Shift your shoulders above your elbows. Push the floor away and find a point of focus straight down to the ground, just to make sure that you're not cranking your neck. Walk your knees back about 2 inches so your knees are behind your hips. Push the floor away and pull your navel to your spine. Keep the bottom ribs lifting into the body and keep your heart puffing between your shoulder blades. Now this is a modified forearm plank, and this is a lot of good work for the shoulders and the abdomen. For those of you who'd like a little bit more work, we're going to take this into forearm plank. This is going to be about the core of the body. It's also going to be some shoulder work. So keep pushing the floor away, eyes are down, tuck the toes under, and without lifting the hips any higher, straighten the legs. Good. If you need to walk your toes back or forward a little bit, go ahead and do that. Get your hips down in line with your body, press out through the heels, push the floor away, really pull the navel to the spine. So again, working the core of the body, working the abdominal muscles. Make sure that the tailbone isn't tipped up. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the heels. Pull the low belly in and up and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you lifted your knees, bring your knees to the floor, the tops of your feet to the floor. Bring your belly to the floor. Your elbows are still underneath your shoulders. We're coming into Sphinx. So push the floor away, lift your chest, your crown up. Make sure that you're not sagging down into the shoulders. Get a nice good lift. Reach out through the tips of the toes and suck your navel towards your spine. So literally lift your belly button off the ground and give your glutes a nice squeeze as you reach out through the tips of your toes. Extend up through the crown of your head, belly firm, and breathe. So again, using the abdominal muscles to support the lower back in this back bend. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower your chest to the floor and slide your hands back so your hands are underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes under. With an inhale, come to your knees. Exhale, send your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Adjust your feet and hands as needed. Hands are shoulder distance apart, feet are hips distance apart and parallel. Ears come in line with upper arms, gaze is back between the feet. If you'd like to add some movement here, bend one knee and then the other. Start to wake up the lower body, bending and straightening. Loosen up the joints of the knees, the ankles, the toes. Start to stretch out your calf muscles. Start to lengthen your hamstrings. Good. One more round of walking it out. And then find some stillness in your body. If your hamstrings are tight, I do suggest bent knees in this posture. You can work with straight legs. Just make sure that your spine is nice and long. Good. Take a breath in and a nice deep breath out. Keep some energy in your heels. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, come down to your knees. We're coming back into that forearm plank. Bring your elbows back underneath your shoulders. Push the floor away, eyes are down to the ground. You can keep your knees on the floor or press into the balls of the toes. Lift your knees off the floor, hips in line with the body. Push the floor away, squeeze the navel to the spine and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees if they're not already there, tops of the feet. Bring your hips down, coming into Sphinx. Legs are long and strong. Lift your crown up, pull the shoulders back, literally pull your belly away from the earth. Good. Shoulders moving back, glutes nice and firm. Support your back bend, your lower back, with the lift of your abdomen. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Slide your hands back underneath the shoulders. Come to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Make sure your hands are planted into the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Keep your abdomen firm. Now on the exhale, bring your right knee forward and try to hover your knee away from the floor as it comes towards your chest. Suck the navel to the spine, squeeze the belly, then step your right foot forward. So just a little bit more core work as we move into our lunge position. Right knee is over the ankle. You're on the balls of the back toes. Come up onto your fingertips, or if you'd like, you can place some support underneath your hands like a block or something similar. Reach through the heel, extend forward through the crown, and take a moment here to start to lengthen and strengthen the legs. Create a little bit more heat in the lower body. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground. Send your right leg up and back to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, bring your right foot back to the earth. Same thing, other side, hands plant into the floor. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky, firm up your belly. Exhale, bring your knee forward towards your nose and hover Push the floor away, pull your belly up a little bit away from the thigh lifting to belly. Inhale, and then step the left foot between your hands. Wiggle it up there as needed so that the knee is over the ankle. You're on the balls of the back toes, and your feet should be separated about hips distance apart. Up onto the fingertips, reach through the right heel, extend forward through the crown. And again, find that length, find that strength on this side of the body. Remember to breathe. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands down to the floor, three-legged dog, left leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, sweep it to the sky. Exhale, release your left foot back to the earth, down dog. Awesome. We're going to do that again. We'll pick up the pace and start to add on. Right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, firm the belly. Exhale. Take a breath in here, lift a little higher. Exhale, step it through, adjust as needed, feet hips distance apart, right knee over ankle and balls of left toes. Now this time we're taking it up to crescent. So press through the back heel, and as you're ready, inhale and rise to crescent. If it's too much on the shoulders, hands can come down to heart. Knee and toes point forward, reach to the back heel. Firm the left glute, squeeze the belly in, and reach up through the crown of your head. Fingers may or may not be reaching to the sky. Find one point of focus for your eyes and breathe. Excellent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Hands back to the earth. Right leg up and back to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Exhale, right foot to the earth. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Other side, left leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, hold, squeeze the belly in. Inhale, exhale, step it through, adjust as needed. Knee over ankle and balls of back toes. Make sure the feet are separated about hips distance apart. Firm up the right leg, firm the abdomen, and as you're ready, inhale and rise up into crescent. Again, if it's too much on the shoulders, hands can come down to the heart. Focus on stabilizing through the lower body and the core. So knee and toe point forward. On the balls of the back toes, heel points to the ceiling. Firm the right glute, firm the abdomen. Arms might be reaching, hands may be at heart. Find one point of focus for your eyes. Excellent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left leg up and back to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, left foot to the earth, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, come back onto the elbows. We're coming back into that forearm plank. You can always stay on your knees. Otherwise, inhale, pick up the knees, reach through the heels, hold for the exhale, squeeze the belly, push the floor away. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the floor if they're not already there, tops of the feet, hips come down. Inhale, lift the crown, lift the navel off the floor. Glutes are firm, toes are reaching. Exhale, lower your chest down to the floor, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Good. Tuck the toes under, press to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. So we're building our flow nice and slow. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Pull the navel to the spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, step between your hands, adjust as needed. On the balls of back toes, right knee over ankle, feet hips distance apart. Rise. Inhale to crescent. Everyone, exhale, hands to heart. Now we're going to step the left foot to meet the right foot. Keep the right knee bent. We're coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So squeeze the belly, shift weight to the right foot, and step the feet together or close together. Knees are behind toes. Pull the belly in, hips are back. Chest is lifted, hands at heart. One point of focus for your eyes. Awesome. Now, the right foot is going to stay forward. We're going to step that left foot back to land on the balls of the back toes, coming back into that crescent. So weight to the right foot, pick up the left heel, slowly extend the leg back and land. You can take the arms overhead if you prefer. Nice big inhale to stretch up. Nicely done. Exhale, hands to the ground. Right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, foot to the earth. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, push the floor away. Inhale, step the foot through. Exhale, set it up, feet hips distance apart on the balls of back toes, left knee over ankle. Rise, inhale to crescent, bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. So we're shifting weight to the left foot and stepping forward, the knees will stay bent. So shift the weight forward, pick up the right foot and step the feet together or close together, top of the mat. Make sure knees are behind toes, hips are back, firm the belly. Find one point of focus for your eyes. Breathe. Good. Weight to the left foot, pick up the right heel, step the right foot back, land on the balls of the back toes. You can keep hands at heart or inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Three-legged dog, left leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Keep energy in the heels as you inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, elbows underneath the shoulders. You can stay on your knees or inhale, lift the knees, come to forearm plank, hold for the exhale, push the floor away. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop the knees, the tops of the feet, lower the hips, lift the belly, lift the heart, lift the crown. Inhale, glutes are firm, Sphinx. Exhale, lower, slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. We'll take a child's pose. Inhale, come to your knees. Take a little break in child's pose. Send the hips back towards the heels, melt the chest down. If you don't like child's pose, you can always just lie flat on your belly, hands stack under forehead, forehead rests. Take a couple of resting breaths. Check in with your body. Notice a little bit of heat, perhaps. Feel the joints, perhaps feeling a little bit more mobile, the muscles a little bit more lengthened, noticing what you feel as you breathe. Excellent, everybody. We're going to meet back in down dog in just a moment. If you prefer to spend a little bit more time resting, take as much time as you need. As you're ready, we'll meet back in down dog. So hands are separated, shoulder distance apart, fingers lightly spread. Lift your knees off the floor and send your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, hover, hold. Push the floor away. Inhale, lift the belly a little higher. Exhale to step it through. Rising back up to crescent. Inhale. This time we're going to open to warrior two. Exhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot to drop the back heel. Open up your chest and your hips to face the long edge of your mat. Right kneecap and toes are still pointing forward. Back heel is flat. Arms are extended, shoulders are soft, gaze forward. And take a couple breaths here. Body warming up, hips opening up, chest expanding. Excellent. Bring your left hand down, flip your right palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Find a nice big stretch in the right side body. Send the right knee forward, reach the right fingertips back, keep your left leg strong, and breathe into that side stretch. Excellent. With an inhale, come back to warrior two. Now this transition is a little tricky. We're coming back to crescent. So bring your hands first to your heart, then begin to pivot on the ball of the back toes and come back into your crescent. You may need to widen your feet a little bit further apart, hips distance. Press back through the back heel. Once again, we're going to step forward to the top of the mat. So all the weight shifts to the right foot. Pick up the left and bring your feet together, top of the mat, knees bent, hips back behind you. Squeeze the navel to the spine, lift up the heart. Excellent. Bring weight to the right foot, pick up the left heel, send the left toes to the back of your mat, lunge. You can keep hands at heart or inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Other side, left leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Pull the navel to the spine, inhale. Exhale, step it forward, feet hips distance apart on balls of back toes. Rise to crescent. Inhale. We're opening to warrior two. So on the exhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot, drop the back foot flat. It's about a heel to arch alignment across the floor. Left knee toes are still pointing forward to the top of the mat. Arms are shoulder height, chest is open, hips are open, crown is lifted, eyes are soft. Breathe. Excellent. Keep your left knee where it is. Right hand down, left palm up. Slow reverse of your warrior. Find a nice big stretch back behind you. Stretching the left waist open. Keep the left knee tracking forward. Keep the right heel pressing down and breathe. Excellent. Come back to warrior two. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale. Here's that funky transition. Weight to the left foot, pivot on the ball of the right foot, and come back into your crescent. Adjust your feet as needed. Shift the weight to the left foot. Keep the left knee bent. Step the right foot to meet it. Knees bent, knees behind toes, hips are back, belly firm. Good. Find that point of focus for your eyes. Weight to the left foot. Step the right foot slowly back. Land on the balls of the toes. Rise up, crescent. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Last time we're gonna do this. Keep energy in your heels. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees. Come down to your elbows underneath the shoulders. You can stay. Or toes tuck under. Pick up the knees, hips in line with the body. Squeeze the navel to the spine, eyes down. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the floor. Lower the hips, tops of the feet to the floor. Squeeze the navel to the spine. Firm your glutes, reach through your toes, lift through your crown, Sphinx. Exhale, lower down, open your elbows to the sides. Stack your hands and bring your forehead to rest on your stacked hands. So again, taking a little break here, noticing the heat you produced in your body. So we've got the lower body warmed up, upper body mobilizing. We're going to come and do a little bit more concentrated work on the abdominal muscles. So as you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press to your knees. We're coming to have a seat. So hips drop to one side and have a seat. Have your knees bent with your feet on the floor. Bring your hands either behind your thighs or in front of your shins, whatever's going to feel better for your body. Then begin to sit back right behind your tailbone. If you have a sensitive tailbone, you can fold up your mat a couple of times or put a towel or a blanket or something underneath your tailbone if that makes it feel a little bit better. Sit back, lift your chest up, and really firm your belly in. Make sure not to thrust your chest forward. Keep the bottom ribs curled in. Lift your toes up, come onto your heels. Now this is a great place to stay. Moving into boat pose. So if it feels okay to lift your feet off the floor and bring your shins parallel to the earth, do that. Pull your chest up, but keep the bottom ribs down and the belly squeezed in. You can stay or maybe release the grip. Coming into boat pose, strengthening abdominal muscles and back muscles. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Find one point of focus for your eyes. And breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your feet down to the floor. Wrap your arms around your shins. Pull the chin down towards the chest, shoulders away from ears, and just give your back a nice stretch here. Breathe. Excellent. And lift your head back up. We're going to take boat pose one more time. And for those of you who would like an additional challenge, we'll throw that in. It is completely optional. So bring your hands behind your thighs. Start to sit back, find that balance point, firm the belly, keep your heart lifted, but again, not thrust forward. Pull your toes back towards your nose, a great place to stay. Maybe float your legs off the floor. Maybe release your grip. Now, this is a wonderful place to stay. If you want a little more, We're going to open this up into a bigger boat and then pull it back to the starting position. Inhale, lower down, stretch your legs forward. Exhale, knees to chest. Pull the navel in, all the while balancing, belly super firm. Inhale to lengthen it out. Exhale to squeeze it together. One more. Inhale and exhale. Awesome, everybody. Feet to the floor once again. Wrap the arms around the shins, tuck the chin. Give yourself a nice hug. Drop shoulders from ears, squeeze navel to spine. And breathe. Good. Then slowly lifting up your chest. We're coming back into down dog. So cross your ankles, bring your hands out to the floor in front of you. Step one foot back, then the other. Send your hips up and back to come into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Right leg to the sky. Inhale. This time right away, we're going to step it forward. No need a chest. Just step it forward between your hands. Right away, turn your back heel down, heel to arch alignment. We're going back to warrior two, but rising from the earth. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Hold as you exhale. Keep the right knee as it is, left hand down, right palm up, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Come back to warrior two, exhale. Now we're going to transition through a posture called star. You're going to be open to the long edge of your mat. So straighten the right leg, turn right toes out, left toes out, take both arms up to the sky. So big, beautiful star. Give a little squeeze to the hips and firm up the belly. Now we're coming to the back of your mat to come into warrior two. So you've done this posture a couple of times. So turn the right toes in, turn the left toes all the way out, bend into the left knee. So you should now be facing the back of your mat. Left knee is tracking over the midline of the toes. Right arm is long, right leg is strong, warrior two. Keep the left knee bent. Right hand down, right thigh. Left palm flips to the sky. Reverse your warrior. Nice big stretch. Big inhale. Come back to warrior two, exhale. Now we're coming back to star. So once again, facing the long edge of your mat, straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes out, right toes out, toes point to the corners of your mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Now on the exhale, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart, bend your knees and slide down an imaginary wall. We're coming into horse or goddess pose. The hips are going to stay above the height of the knees. You might need to adjust your toes. Your knees and toes point the same direction. Make sure that your knees aren't wagging in. Pull your knees back behind you. Drop the tailbone towards the floor and squeeze the navel to the spine. You want to make sure your pelvis isn't tipped too far back. Most people aren't going to tip it too far forward. So try to lengthen the tailbone down. Big opening through here, through the inner thighs and hips, but make sure your belly is nice and firm. One point of focus forward. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink the weight back towards the outer heels. One more. You got it. Inhale and exhale. We're rising to star. Push into the heels, straighten legs, straighten arms. Inhale to star. Exhale, toes point forward, hands to hips. Toes in one straight line across the floor. Firm up your thighs. Inhale, pick up the belly, pick up the heart. Forward fold. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Take your time. You can bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight, or if your knees are a little sore today and you want to put a bend in your knees, that's a great option. And bring your hands, your fingertips to the floor. If the floor is not quite available, grab a block or something similar and place that underneath your hands. We're looking for a stretch for the back of the body. Remember, if it's too much on the hamstrings, to bend the knees. Make sure you're not shifted too far into your heels nor too far into your toes. Try to get the weight right over the arches of your feet. If you are working with straight legs, continuously pull up the kneecaps, lift up the quadricep muscles. Everyone squeeze the belly and let the crown lower down. Good. From here, inhale, come halfway up. Walk your hands forward a bit so your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your spine is about parallel to the floor. Knees can be bent or legs can be straight. Slide your left hand in a little bit so it's more centered. Then take your right arm out to the side with an inhale and exhale. Take a standing twist out to the right. Now, if this bothers your neck or your shoulder, You can always take that right hand and bring it to the right hip. We're working for a twist. Try to keep your hips close to level, both legs equally straight or both knees equally bent. Breathe deeply as you revolve. Nice, everybody. Take a big inhale. Exhale, unwind. Bring your right hand to the center line. Take your left arm out to the side with an inhale. And as you exhale, open up your chest to the left. And again, you have the option to bring your hand to your hip if it's too much on the neck or shoulder. Legs equally straight or equally bent. Try to keep your hips pretty level. Roll the chest open, find your twist, and breathe. Excellent. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, unwind. Now from here, we're going to walk our fingertips to the top of the mat. So start to pivot your toes to point to the top of your mat. You'll come into a brief lunge into the right knee. Plant the hands. Step back to plank. Inhale. Knees to the floor. Come all the way to your belly. All the way down. I promised you no more forearm planks. I intend to keep that. We're going into Cobra. So similar to the Sphinx, but a little bit different. Now the hands are underneath the shoulders and elbows are lifted and pulled into the sides of the body. Legs are long, close together, toes pointed. Press the tops of the feet and hips super flat into the floor. You want to feel your glutes turning on, not pinched together, but pressing down and pull the belly in and up. Then roll the shoulders back, pull the elbows into the midline of your body. And with an inhale, rise to Cobra. Doesn't need to be a big lift to be incredibly effective. Keep the glutes strong, the legs long. Try to pull your belly in away from the floor a little bit. That's really tough to do. Do your best. Shoulders rolling down the back, elbows into your sides. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale and lower. Good. Tuck the toes under. Come to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale, sending your hips up and back, looking back between your feet. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. With an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step your feet forward to your hands. Inhale. Bend the knees, squeeze the belly, fold forward, exhale. Now from here, heel and toe your feet wider than your hips. And most people want to turn the toes out. So we're back in that horse goddess position, but feet not quite as wide. And then start to send your hips back behind you like you're coming into Utkatasana, fierce or chair pose. So you're in this half squat. Now, if you have knee issues, this is as far as you should go. If your knees are okay, but you know that things are a little tight, a block can come into handy and you can stick that underneath your bum. Otherwise, maybe you just lower your hips down and your hips are hovering away from the floor. So again, you can always sit on a block if it's a little bit too much on the hips. If your heels are coming way off the floor, you could stick a pillow underneath there. Or again, you could just bring your hips onto a block. So we're looking to get into the hip flexors, into the core of the body of the inner thighs. So if you can, hands can be on the floor or elbows can be on inner thighs. Pull the belly in and up wherever you're at and move the shoulders back and down. Remember, if this is too much on the knees, please place some support underneath your hips or come into that half squat where your hips are the same height or higher than your knees. Excellent, everybody. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. There's no graceful way to make this happen. We're going to have a seat from here. So bring your hands back, or however you can get there. Bring your bum down onto the ground. Good. We're going to come back into that boat posture with an option to add some rotation. This is going to be more challenging. It's going to be a lot more work for the abdominal muscles, targeting the obliques, as well as the rectus and the transverse abdominals. It's also a lot of good strengthening for the lower back, but take it to the level that feels right for you. So again, we start off in that boat position, hands on shins or behind thighs, tip back, pull navel to spine, drop shoulders down. Start just by lifting the toes. This might be enough. You could take the posture just like this, or float your feet off the floor. You can always stay right here. Just move it, not moving, just holding still and breathing. Otherwise, if you want to give it a try, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, Exhale, twist to the right. Look over right shoulder. Keep your chest lifted, belly firm. Come back through center, inhale. Twist to the left, exhale. You can do this with heels on the ground too. Leaning back, you're still getting the belly work. Come back to center, inhale. Twist to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. Twist to the left, exhale. Come through center, inhale. Relax. Feet to the floor, arms wrap around shins. Tuck the chin, squeeze the belly, and relax. Nicely done. And then slowly lift your head up. And now just open your knees out to the sides and draw the heels in towards your tail. Light grip on the feet. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders. Take a moment here to open up the hips, the inner thighs. If this is enough and you want to stay, it's a great place to be. If you can move with a flat back, inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep the belly firm. Lead with your heart. Only coming forward to the place that feels right for your body. And breathe. If you came forward, inhale, rise. Hands to outer knees. Exhale, bring the knees up. We're coming back onto the back. We're going to go back into bridge, but this time a little bit bigger bridge to open up the abdominal muscles and the hip flexors. So once again, knees are bent, feet and knees are separated, hips distance apart. Go ahead and lie down on your back. And once on your back, bring your arms down along the sides of your body, eyes and chin tip point at the sky, your heels, one of your foot's distance from your sit bones. Just take a moment here to settle in, to find that good, stable spot for your body. If you can, wiggle the shoulders a little closer in towards one another underneath your back, so you're getting a little lift for your upper spine. Press to the backs of the arms, the shoulders, the feet. Drive through the heels, and with an inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. You can keep your arms exactly as they are, down along the sides of your body. If it's available, however, and you'd like to give it a try, interlace the fingers together underneath your back, straight elbows, shoulders wiggle a little closer in, shoulders and feet press, hips and heart lift, open up the abdominal muscles. Make sure that the tail isn't dipping. Lift the tail up into the body and breathe. Good. Take a breath in. The hands are clasped. Release them out of the way. Exhale, lower your hips back down to the ground. Walk your feet a little wider than your hips. Let your arms come away from the sides, maybe all the way out to a T position. And then drop your knees over to the right. Holding here. Feel the left side of your body stretching open. And breathe. Good. Inhale, bring your knees up. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left and hold, stretching gently through the right side of your waist, opening up those oblique muscles, breathing. Good. Inhale, bring the knees up. Now, if you like that, you can do that again. Otherwise, we're going to take a deeper twist. So this time, lift your hips and swing them a little to the left. And then bring your knees to your chest. And then drop your knees, stacking them as you go, knees to the right. Now with knees stacked, try to keep the left shoulder close to the floor, deeper twist. If it's too much, come back to that first position that we did from the windshield wipers. Makes it a little easier on those oblique muscles, abdomen, lower back area. Good. With an inhale, bring your knees up. Exhale, place your feet on the floor. And then if you're going to take the deeper twist, again, you could always just let your knees drop to the left and take that windshield wiper, or shift your hips a little to the right. Then inhale, bring your knees up to your chest, and exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Doing your best to keep the right shoulder close to or touching the ground. Find the amount of release you want around the right side of your abdomen. So gently softening and release those muscles that did a lot of work for you today. And breathe. Nice. With an inhale, bring your knees up. Exhale, feet on the floor. Make sure everything is back into a neutral position. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And then briefly stretch your right leg up to the sky. Flex the right foot, pull the toes to the nose, just a little stretch for the hamstring. Now we're going to get into the right hip. So cross right ankle over left thigh. Right hand to inner right knee, press the right knee away. Make sure the right foot is flexed, pulling right toes towards right kneecap. If you have any knee or hip issues, this is a good place to stay. But if it does feel okay, you can float the left foot off the floor. Right hand dives between the thighs, hands clasped behind left thigh. Pulling it towards you, lengthen right knee and tailbone away. Looking for a stretch around the right glute area. Make sure there's no discomfort in the right knee. If there is, make sure you back off and return that left foot back to the floor if it's lifted. Make sure your spine is long, the head is resting. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, release your grip if you have it. Left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor. Keep the right foot on the floor, knee bent. Bring your left knee to your chest. Give it a quick squeeze into the body. Then extend the left leg to the sky. Brief hamstring stretch, press the heel to the ceiling. Toes pull to nose. Keep the foot flexed. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Left hand to inner left knee, press the left knee away. Make sure the toes are pulling towards the knee. Remember, this is a great place to stay or come back to. But if you'd like a little more and it's okay for your body, float the right foot off the floor. Left hand dives between the thighs, hands clasped behind the right thigh, pulling it towards you, left knee and tailbone lengthen away. Make sure the head and shoulders are resting. Breathe. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, release the grip if you have it. Right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. And then bring both knees into your chest. And once again, give yourself a hug. And if you did at the start of class, and it's okay to do so now, once again, rock side to side. Check in with how your lower back feels. Notice if there's any difference, any change. If there isn't, no worries. Just kind of notice how your lower back feels. To allow strengthening around the lower back, helping to give it support. One more side to side rock. And bring yourself to center. Once again, if you have neck issues, please keep your head on the floor, but if it feels okay, take a breath in. Exhale, curl chin to chest, forehead towards knees, shoulders from ears, squeeze belly. One last little chance of belly squeezing. Squeeze it, inhale. Exhale, release, bring your head to the floor, feet to the floor. A full body stretch. Legs out in front of you. Arms back behind you. Stretch it long. Again, notice any difference. And then release. Float your arms down to your sides, palms face up. Adjust your upper back and shoulders flat to the floor, chest open. Legs and feet drop into a natural position. If you like more lower back support, knees bent, feet on the floor, knees back together, feet apart. Maybe you can place your legs on a stack of bolsters or blankets or cushions. Maybe a sideline position would feel really nice to you. The important thing is you find a place in your body where you feel good, where you feel stable and grounded, where you can relax. Let your eyes close as you bring your body into stillness. And then let go of your breath. And just allow your breaths to start to flow effortlessly through your body. With each effortless exhale, relaxing your body a little deeper down into the ground. With each effortless exhale, helping to quiet your mind, allowing it to become still, to become peaceful. There's going to be a few moments of silence, but then I'll draw you out. If you can stay a little longer in your relaxation, I encourage you to do so. Take some time out of your day today to simply be and to simply breathe. If you can stay a little longer, I encourage you to do so. But if you are ready, begin to bring your awareness back to your body and back to your breath. Start to consciously deepen the breath, pulling some easy energy back in. And as you're ready, slowly roll to your right side and give yourself a few moments here for transition. Very gently begin to press yourself back up to find your comfortable seat. And then when you arrive, take a moment to root through the tail, to extend through the crown, to relax the shoulders down. With your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, bringing your palms together. Exhale, let your hands come down to your heart. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Thank you all so very, very much. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, everybody.